Pop quiz.
Hot Shot.
All right.
That's from Speed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that one.
There's some good Keanu Reeves movies out there way before John Wick. Speed, Point Break.
Point Break.
Johnny Utah.
Awesome.
Matrix.
I am an FBI agent.
The Matrix. Neo.
Yeah, Matrix is awesome. You like The Matrix?
I do like The Matrix.
Why don't you like Star Wars?
I just like.
Why don't you like
Stupid.
Lord of the Rings?
Stupid.
You can't say it's stupid. You've never seen it.
The Matrix is thought-provoking. The other ones really are not for me. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Whatever.
Get this party
Hey.
started.
Speaking of,
No. I got it.
oh, do
Yeah.
your thing.
Welcome to the Hardheaded Podcast. We got Troy, 3-Shot Trussell,
Right here, baby.
Matt Amos, and Chet Sears talking to you right now. We are so happy you took time out of your day to join us. We hope you are entertained. Are you not entertained? With our show today, we're going to hear what's on Troy's mind. Then we're going to talk about the top 3 overrated movie franchises. So
Perfect.
We on the Hardheaded Podcast
I know 2 of Matt's already.
know that our top 3 has always been covering things that we like for the most part. And then one time we said, well, are we going to ever do like a bottom 3? And we said, no, we're not. We're just going to call it top 3 overrated whatevers. So we keep it in a positive light. But I have a feeling that people are going to be more offended with our overrated lists than they are just our top 3 lists, because we're probably going to call out things that suck that they don't think does. So listeners, you know, the gloves are coming off today, but we hope you're not offended. It's not our goal to offend you, but we're going to talk about our top 3 overrated movie franchises.
I will say something.
I'll say
Something
if it happens,
can
it happens.
something can be overrated and not necessarily suck. It
I
just
don't-
depends
I'm
on your
not gonna-
definition of overrated.
Well, most of the time I'm going to say that people think it's good, and I'm going to say it sucks. But you're correct in your statement.
Yeah.
So, and then Matt's going to close out with a good word. Troy, what's on your mind?
All right, the other day, I went to Target, as I usually do, to grab some things that we need at the house. And
Target.
it was overrun, I tell you, with human beings.
Yep.
It got me thinking, like,
We need-
2020 was like a horrible, horrible year.
You're thinking we need COVID back?
No,
Oh.
not going that
It is
far.
back. This is not killing anybody.
No.
Right.
It's monkeypox now. Stop.
That's right.
That's only killing certain people.
They say.
No.
I don't believe anything anymore, Chet.
Dude.
I mean, it's basic. Monkeypox is basically kind of like the onset of the AIDS virus.
Yes. 90.
All right. Well, monkeypox is not on my mind, and we're talking about what's on my mind.
Okay, I was gonna say because it's like over 90%, but whatever.
Yeah, 95%. 95.
Hadn't even done the fact checking on that. 'Cause
According to the WHO.
I don't care. Anyway, grocery stores are overrun
I think
by
you
human
should.
beings. It's been, it brought me back to like 2020. And that's one thing I missed about 2020 is that I could go to the grocery store in peace and not have a million people around me.
Right.
It was nice.
Oh, the traffic was awesome.
Yeah. I would even wear my mask. I didn't care because like people weren't around me, but I just had, you're supposed to wear it. So whatever. You just didn't go at all.
I would send Chet in.
That's what he did.
Yeah. So I'm in the store, right? And I always go look for the open line because I don't like checking out my own food. Especially if I have more than, 6 or 7 items. And on top of that, I usually have a couple of one-itemed vegetables.
Yeah. It's
That
not
I-
that hard. It's not that hard.
I know it's not that hard.
Okay.
But when did we become a society of do-it-yourselfers when it comes to like the grocery?
I would go. We are a society of do-it-yourselfers. All the way back to, before the Industrial Revolution.
That's how we got to where we are today.
Yeah. Like, do you type?
I mean, I
Do you type?
I
Do you
type every
memo?
day.
Yeah. Before a while back, nobody typed. They hired people to type for them. But you type.
I'm thinking about hiring somebody
What
to
about
type
drive?
for me.
Do you drive yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A long time ago. No.
stagecoach.
Coaches.
When I go to the grocery store,
This is the evolution of society. You're just gonna have to do stuff.
the evolution is coming. And it's not self-checkout. Do you realize that self-checkout is like a 40-year-old like way of doing things?
Did you know they had electric cars back in the 1800s?
No, I did not know
They
that.
did. It's just yeah, it's okay. Why don't you just stop at the self checkout thing and do the scan as you go thing?
They
And then
don't
you
have
just
it at
walk
every
out the store.
They don't have it at every place.
Quit shopping there then. Go to stores that only have that.
No.
Now, what is this scan as you go?
Dude, they have scan as you go. Like, let's just say you're walking. I know Sam's Club has it.
Sam's Club,
You're walking through the store
pretty much the only
And you
place
have
that
an
has
app
it right
on
now
your
in
phone?
Wichita.
and you're like, ooh, I want that rotisserie chicken. Rotisserie. And you pick one up and you scan it and you put it in your cart. And then you go and whatever you want to buy, you scan it, put it in your cart, scan it, put it in your cart. Then you go to your vehicle. Pay through the app. Don't stop. Just go straight to jail.
Well, here's my frustration. All the things that go wrong in the self-checkout line. Unexpected item in bagging area.
Okay.
What's that?
So-
Happens every time.
Well, here my wife taught me how to get around that.
Well,
I agree
there's a
with
bunch
you.
of card onlys,
Look,
stations.
man, I'm telling you right now, I'm with you on that. I'm okay with the self-checkout, but you got to fix the process. But Ashley taught me how to do this. Whatever you put in over there, even if you don't put anything over there, you know, the metal bars that hold the bags, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That you open, just push on that bar.
Ah,
So whatever you do, I'm buying a birthday card, put it in the bag, push on the bar.
so
I'm buying a 2 liter, put it on there, push on the bar. And that the weight differential, like, oh, he put something over here.
that's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. You got to trick it.
So it's kind of like the seatbelt buckles in Fords in the 90s where you didn't have to buckle your seatbelt. You just push the button.
Something similar to that.
And
Push
it
it
would-
4 times. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Turns it off.
I
missed
wore my
that.
seatbelt.
I missed that function.
I got like a law-abiding citizen. I wore my seatbelt.
I don't know.
That's
I
what
just
you have to do. They need to fix that.
They need to fix
And
it
then they
or
need
just
to
get rid of it.
They need to quit putting barcodes on the vegetables that don't work. Like, oh, we have barcodes on our vegetables now, and you go to scan it, and it's like, oh, we don't know what that is.
There's also a theft problem in the self-checkout because I read an article. Some people have taken like ramen noodles. One lady scanned a ramen noodle barcode and put them on stickers and brought them in,
And stuck them on.
stuck them on all of her items,
Yeah.
scanned every one of them, and walked out of there
Well, here,
at 25 cents a item.
naturally, they're taking a risk. If a store's going to put that in there, they're
They
taking
are.
a risk.
But why are they going to spend $30,000 to $60,000 on per station? They're going to spend that
Is that
much
how much
money.
they cost?
They're going to spend that much money to put that station in. Why can't they just hire a bunch of checkers
Hey, those
to
stations,
check people out?
those stations don't call in sick, Troy.
That's
Those stations don't get recordable incidents for slipping on a wet floor and get workman's comp.
So
Yeah.
is that $60,000 a year?
No, it's a one-time fee.
yeah, per station.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if that was the
No.
estimated loss.
That's the installation purchase
You're gonna
of it
have
and
loss.
installation.
You're going to have losses with personal people checkouts or
Well, then there's upkeep
a
on
little
them.
bit harder. You know, you can creatively fool the system on a self-checkout or you can just straight up steal. Which, by the way, I heard a story. My nephew's now working in a Lowe's in a different state. And like they have this no intervention policy for the employees. And this was a story that some of his coworkers told him way before he started working there about some people just know the no intervention policy. Like they can't do anything about it. So they had 2 employees watch a dude stand over in the power tool section, and then they just stared at each other. And he's putting put stuff in his pockets in this trench coat. Like, and they're like, yeah, I can't believe you're stealing. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to take this DeWalt drill. And yeah, I'm going to take these drill bits. And they're just like staring each other down. And he loads up and walks out. Like,
Well, and it's kind of the same thing in Alaska. We went to a liquor store a few years ago to pick some stuff up, and a couple of people in there just walked in, grabbed what they wanted, walked right out.
Yeah.
Like, aren't you gonna go stomp that dude's guts out, or no? He's like, no, not worth it.
yeah.
He goes, if it's under $1,000, it's not even worth it. So then I read
Wow.
just online a couple days ago that some convenience store owner, and I can't remember where this was, priced everything at $999 in the store, so that when you would check out, it would make it over $1,000. But at the counter, he had a coupon that would bring it back to its normal price.
Oh,
So
that
that
way
it's
they were
some-
charged with felonies if they stole.
Yeah.
It was over 500, I believe. I know the story you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, they artificially raised the price, so if you stole one thing, it'd be a felony. But then if you actually went to pay for it, they'd scan the coupon, and then it would just take it down to whatever normal price it is.
Now, see, I'm in the middle. I'm more libertarian on this deal, where Chet's like, I'm all for it, and you're like, do away with it. Let's get the people back.
No, there's some caveats to my point of view. I'll tell you after you go through your point.
So mine is, I'm still paying the same amount, and you're paying less as far as a company. Why are your prices not going down if you're...
Now, the common misconception.
No, it's
Your
not
prices,
a misconception.
no, your prices may not be going up as much as they need to. You see what I'm saying? You're assuming that the cost savings that they're putting in place are bringing their overall costs down. But the reality is their overall costs are going up. They're just slowing the rate at which they're going up.
Okay.
When's the last time you've been in a Walmart, Matt? Couple years.
It's been a long time.
The last time I went in one, I was shocked because they have done away with almost every like checkout line that has a human, and gone all strictly self-service.
Yeah.
Now, see
That deters me from going to Walmart. Period.
But it's the same way in Target.
There's still like 20 checkout lines.
No. They only have one person at them.
Two.
Walmart still has a person at the cigarette checkout lane.
Oh, well, I noticed they had a few.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always go to that line if I can.
See, now for me, it's 50-50. So I'll go use it. I don't like to, because I'd rather have somebody check that stuff out for me. Don't know why.
They're professional and they do it better than me.
Maybe it's just habit.
Absolutely.
Maybe I'm just in the habit of that. And so,
But people used to not be able to pump their gas. You don't have a problem
you
with
still
that now.
can't in Oregon,
In some counties you can now.
can you?
I would
But-
pay somebody to
But
pump
then
my
there are
gas.
days where I just don't want to deal with anybody.
I would completely.
What?
I'd pay somebody to pump my gas.
I bet you they have a full service station here in town.
They do. It's called Beards. It's on Central and Edgemore.
There you go.
I'm going.
So
You have to pay more.
is it Edgemore or
Do I have to touch?
No, Central and Woodlawn.
Woodlawn?
I don't have to touch the gas handle. I'm in.
Why? Because your hands smell like gas?
It's just disgusting to me.
No,
What?
that's how you prevent COVID.
That's
have
right.
you ever the whole Oregon thing? Do you guys know about the whole internet famous thing that happened?
Mm-mm.
So Oregon has a thing where you can't pump your own gas. I found out about it when I was in Portland for business, and I was outside of Portland, but I was staying in Portland my last night because I had to catch an early flight the next morning. So I pulled into a gas station at, I don't know, 11:30 at night, and hop out. put my card in, take my card out, start pumping, and the dude is coming running across, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, I'm gonna get mugged in Portland. I'm gonna have to throw hands with this guy. I don't know what's gonna happen. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, what are you doing? You know, like, he's like, you can't pump your gas. And I'm like, I just did. I'm doing it. Like, yes, I can. He's like, no, it's against the law. I'm like, what? And he's like, hey, you're not allowed to pump your own gas in Oregon. You're not from around here. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I almost hit you in the face. But
that's against the law.
anyway, this thing went viral because they had a news story in Oregon. So they had issues with gas station owners in rural counties out in eastern Oregon that, like, I can't afford to pay for somebody to be available to pump gas when I only have a few people come between certain hours of the day to get gas. So I'm paying somebody $10, $15 an hour to stand around and pump one tank of gas every 4 hours. Like, it's not economically viable. So they passed a new state law that said, well, if the population of your area is below whatever, then you could do self pumping stations. You don't have to pump the gas for them anymore. So the local news station went out with this story about, oh, now there's legislation. And all these Oregonians,
Yep.
Is that what you call them?
Oregonians.
know.
Yeah.
Sure.
How dare you put my kids' lives at risk? I normally get gas on my way to drop the kids off to school. And now if I'm doing it, I'm putting them at risk of dying if they're still in the car while I'm pumping gas. And then somebody else is like, how dare you? I get gas before I go to work. Now I'm going to have to change after I get to work because I'll smell like gas. And I've never pumped gas a day in my life. And then somebody else is like,
Oh my
we're all going to die because we don't know, And then it gets out where people outside of Oregon, internet thing, start coming in and commenting even worse stuff. So it started out like Oregon people are kind of crazy, and then the internet takes it to another level.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
it just blew up. It was hilarious. But yeah, so here's the thing back to self. I'm okay with it. If that's what it's going to go, if that's where society's going, that's where society's going. There's things that we do today that the people coming before us didn't do, like pump gas, like type letters, like whatever. But the other day, we were heading to drop the girls off at camp, and we stop in Parsons, Kansas.
Oh, Parsons.
That's where we stopped. We stopped at a pizza place.
At a a little truck stop thing there. Self-checkout in the gas station. Totally opposed to that. Because they have to have people there to turn the pumps on. And there's a dude standing there. Nothing. Just standing there. I didn't even realize because they put it on the counter, like with all the gum and all that stuff. I go, put my stuff down on the counter. And they're like, hey, we got a self-checkout. Like where? And they're like, oh, it's right here. Like, oh, okay.
Why are you here?
And then so I go over there and I like scan sunflower seeds, scan a drink, a couple snacks for the kids. And then I look on the thing and I'm like, where do I pay? And then they whip around the credit card deal.
Did it have a tip thing on it?
It didn't.
Oh, I'd have
And I
been
said-
pissed off.
And then I said, no, I'm not using a credit card. I'm using cash. Well, why didn't you say something? You can't do cash through the self-checkout. What do you mean?
Oh man.
How would I know? I didn't even know you had self-checkout.
See, that's where it started in the grocery stores. If it hadn't started in the grocery stores, you wouldn't have had that problem.
But you could do cash at a grocery
But here's
store.
where it's going. Have you heard of Amazon Go?
No.
Grab and go. So this is where
You
it's
order on the internet and you just go pick it
no.
up somewhere?
This is where it's heading. No, they're testing a store. I don't remember where. I'll put the link to this article in the show notes.
Okay.
But you walk in, so you scan your Prime membership or whatever at the door.
You scan the mark of the beast on your forehead
Yeah, that's what
when you walk
your
in.
Jeff Bezos mark of the beast. You walk in, pick out what you want, and you just walk out. And
It knows.
your Amazon account gets billed and paid. You don't even have
Yeah.
to do anything. That's where it's going. That's what they're testing out.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
in that case, you have to have Amazon has to be tied to your bank account.
Yep, you never have to wait in line. All you need is the Amazon Go app for your iOS or Android.
The only way I think that could really come into being an issue is if there was some kind of a system in place where they said Troy just isn't aligned with our political views, so
We're just going to turn his app off.
yeah,
Shut his bank
or
account
charge
down.
him more for the same products, or
Yeah.
which would never happen, never, not in this world anyway. Oh, that's right, they're already doing that in China. Oh, you wouldn't think that anybody would want to control us that much here, would you? Just asking questions. All right. Anything to add, Matt?
No, I would say though that I do tend to agree with you that I would like to see those go away. However, I don't ever go in. So
My frustration.
I order online and then I'll park in a spot and then they'll bring it out to me because why waste the time? Like, you do the shopping for me. I'll get there between this time and this time.
We do a lot of that too.
Throw it in my truck.
I just don't like
I
it.
don't like you
I don't
guys because I'm the one in the store getting run into by all the people running around
Well,
trying to
and
fill up
that's
your
why.
bags.
And the last time I went into a store, I had to deal with that, and I just said, I'll just stick to.
I don't mind like the concept of self checkout, but the technology needs to work, and the fact that it doesn't recognize stuff that should be there, shouldn't be there. Lowe's has the stupid ones where you have to pick one that does the cash only, or you could do credit, or the debit or credit, and like what?
Well, now the thing that's happened to me the past couple of times is it'll boop boop, it'll scan something twice.
yeah, and then you call somebody.
And I'm
over.
like, dude, waving people over.
Yeah.
Like, or they're
Yep.
they're helping grandma over there scan every item because grandma
So-
can't do it.
That's actually my
That's the biggest pet peeve.
is people taking too dang long.
And
But grandma doesn't know the technology.
And
So they're having to do it for her anyway. So why don't they put her in the other line?
the judgment.
That's ageism.
I have to judge people. I literally walk up and down the line and say, who do I think is going to be good at technology? And you know what
That's
the other
who you
thing.
get behind.
But then most of the time I'm wrong, and I've found that I'm not a good judger of who could use technology. One time I did that with there was somebody that was clearly in their 70s or older, and a moderately full buggy already in line, like unloading stuff, and then the next available one was a dude in what I would consider to be his 40s, and I'm like, going with the 40-year-old, and I sat in that line. And then, the other line filled up, and I watched that lady just go boop, 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 boop.
Nailed it.
And my dude's like,
He's probably stoned.
yeah, this is so bad.
Did he have a bunch of cookies and
No,
Twinkies?
it wasn't. But that and like
He had a bunch of abbas.
those Coke machines that
And
you get to
shrooms.
choose the 70 different flavors, like those Coke machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't let humans have too much of an interaction with the machine.
Those
where you
freaking
get in line
Coke
behind them.
machines suck too. That's another good grief.
You can't get anything.
Doesn't
there
even
with
taste like real Coke. It's like all this other crap mixed in or whatever the person
and
had
whatever
before
you get, your hand gets wet. Like it drips ice water on it.
every time.
It's horrible. Our society's going backwards in that case.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for giving us. I'm frustrated now.
I have snuck in my own drinks in the theater. I just want to confess because of those stupid Coke machines.
Dude, so that's one of many complaints I have about that AMC. It's not good. I don't like that movie theater. People say that it's good. It's not.
I like the seats. That's about it. If they
Everything
didn't
else
have,
sucks.
yeah,
They have automated checkouts there too.
since
You can't go up there and talk to a person to buy a ticket anymore.
that's true.
And then you go to the machine, and then they're like, "Oh, it printed out with a person." Now you have to go talk to a person.
I always do it online.
See, I'm not a fan of online either.
Yeah. Well, the Warren when they sold out to Regal,
Yeah.
popcorn sucks. Yeah. Downhill.
Okay.
Sorry.
Man, we're getting worked up.
Man, Warren used to
Thanks.
be a place to go to.
I know. Now
We're gonna
blows.
take a break and come back with our top 3 most overrated movie franchises. Put your seatbelts on.
At Admiral's Pennant, our mission is to offer the latest and refined, high-quality masculine products and services to the modern gentleman, as well as provide him with the tools and products necessary to look, act, and feel confident in his appearance and social interactions. Check it out at admiralspennant.com. Without it, you might as well shave.
All right, we're back. Top 3 most overrated movie franchises. Matt?
I'll go first. I got 3.
I've got some honorable mentions.
Oh, man. Number 3, Lord of the Rings.
What? You haven't seen it? You haven't seen it.
cannot put that on your list. You've never seen it. I call.
No.
Like, that doesn't count.
You can try
number
to
2. No, number 2.
You
Number
can
2.
try to call shenanigans if you'd
It's
like.
shenanigans.
It is not, because I have tried, and if I have tried, and I'm like,
No, you
this
haven't tried.
Sucks. I have.
How hard is it to
Multiple
sit on a
times.
couch and watch a movie?
Did you get past the war in the beginning? Did you see
I
Gandalf
sat,
at all?
I sat through that
No, you didn't.
because you said it's like an epic battle scene, and you listed it as one of your.
That's in
No,
the
I
second
didn't.
movie. That's in the second
That's
movie.
in the second movie. That's
the
like
Two Towers.
that's like
okay. So I
four
didn't,
and a half hours later.
Matt,
okay. So I haven't seen
Matt,
that.
No.
Matt,
What I'm saying
number 2.
is,
Go
no,
to number 2.
if I can't even get into it,
This guy
I'd rather
right
go
here,
through a
dude.
self-checkout line right now and listen to this.
but if I can't even begin to sit through it, it's overrated.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Number 2, Harry Potter.
Disagree.
Okay, I'm not. Yeah, it's not nearly as bad as your number 3, but okay.
It's same thing.
Have you seen the series? The whole series?
No, I've seen
my gosh!
I've seen like 15 minutes.
This isn't top 3 movie series that Matt Amos hasn't seen. This is
that he
overrated.
thinks suck, that have made billions of dollars.
Hey, there's some billions of dollars things that are on my list.
Hey,
so-
mine too.
okay,
And we'll get there.
maybe.
You see how you called it at the beginning that some feelings will be hurt?
Yeah,
My feelings are not hurt. You
Troy's
just-
feelings are
I
hurt.
can't believe
my
you're
feelings are not hurt. You're just like
We're putting it out
Well,
on the
they're-
internet how dumb you are.
They're getting ready to be. Number 1.
That's-
Number 1.
Let me guess. Star
Yeah,
Wars.
Star Wars.
yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
well, whatever. You hadn't seen those either. This should have been the top 3 movie franchises
Matt Amos hasn't
has
seen.
never seen.
That's exactly what it is.
So I do have an honorable mention.
That's
but
a horrible
I will-
TV show. Oh,
I will
really? What
save-
didn't you like? Well, I never watched it.
this is like a
But I've
Seinfeld
given it.
episode.
But I've given it a shot. I've given it a shot, and if I just like, why don't I don't get what people see in this? Overrated.
Thanks for sticking to your guns.
But I do have an honorable mention.
No, we'll get to it later.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I'll go. Number 3, the Terminator franchise.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Because the only 2 movies in that whole franchise even worth talking about are the first 2.
Yeah. I'd argue it started declining with number 2.
I see your point.
But that somebody should have killed it. Like, make it stop.
Oh, they killed it, all right.
Over and,
And
over and
and
over. Number 2, Mad Max.
Yeah, I don't see how that movie, the newest one, got like a top
I'm telling you, the
favorite
first
movie.
one.
What Fury Road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie is awesome.
Dude, here's the deal. I watched that on an international flight recently just because you said that.
Case in point.
And I got to the end of it and I was like, I really should have tried to sleep instead of watch this movie. Like,
I mean, the franchise. Did Tina Turner ever really do a good movie?
no, I don't.
No.
I can't name another movie she's in, but that Beyond Thunder. Yeah, that's one of those that should have stopped after the first one.
Yeah.
See, I'm somewhat in agreement with you on that because the first ones were like, whatever. I can go without
The
them.
one thing I will say about Fury Road, it was well done. So let's like if it was a song, it would have been in the perfect key. But the words were horrible. The tune was horrible, the melody, but there's the right notes that they intended to play.
That's a really good analogy for a horrible movie.
They executed the production of the movie very well visually, but the story sucked. I just didn't like it. It just wasn't that good. And to use that to resurrect a sucky franchise, you know what's going to happen now? They're going to make another one in 5 years.
Oh, I hope so.
Number one. Fast and Furious.
I knew you were going to say that. I disagree.
It
so
is,
much fun.
It is
the whole
overrated.
After the first two, overrated.
Are you talking about the one where they in Japan?
No, Tokyo Drift is number 3.
I thought that was number 2.
No, so there's the Fast and the Furious, and there's Too Fast, Too Furious, and then
Tokyo Drift
3 through 9.
That the whole franchise overrated.
And I will say that I did try to sit through like the latest one, whatever we're on now, 9 or 10,
overrated.
10 or whatever. And if you're driving a Mustang off of a cliff, trying to catch a wire to swing you, no.
All right,
they're just fun and entertaining.
I have several. Just a couple honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Troy, what you got?
All right. Number 3, Spider-Man. The Spider-Man franchise owned by Sony. Yeah, I think they're very overrated. I've seen them all.
I've seen one.
Like the Tobey Maguire.
The original, whatever one they did when that first came out.
That, again, first one and done. Should have been back then.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. I agree.
The best Spider-Man anything that's ever existed from a media perspective, a video projection, so not comic book. I didn't get into comic books. Was the Spider-Man cartoon series back in the 90s. Like that was great Spider-Man in my opinion.
Never got into that either. I've seen all the movies though, and they're overrated. Big time. Number 2, 007.
Dude, you don't even know what you're talking about here.
Overrated.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes,
No.
Yeah.
Why?
They're very good movies. They're entertaining, but it's the same crap over and over and over and over and over and over again.
And over. And over.
Well, when you have like
And over.
80 of them,
It's overrated.
you're going to have to repeat some stuff.
Dude, can he just like go out with a bang?
He did.
I hadn't seen the latest one because it's the same crap over
Spoiler
again.
alert, he dies.
They killed him off
Yes.
finally? Oh, well, good.
One less.
I might go watch it now.
Now it's going to be 008.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
It'll be 777.
They
0007.
especially early on, the James Bond movie franchise started movie franchises, first of all. Like, that's name a movie franchise before that.
When was the first?
Planet of the Apes. Another
was,
overrated one.
that was coinciding, and why are we still trying to make that a story?
Right.
That one,
When did the first Bond movie come out?
60.
Sean Connery, so 60 probably.
What was the first one called?
Dr. No.
Dr. No.
Like,
Yeah.
I will go back to what I said earlier. Like, it doesn't mean that they were all bad. I'm just saying they're overrated.
Okay, well,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about
I'll tell
Lord
you
of the Rings,
what.
Harry Potter. And
I
Star
think
Wars.
you're a little off, but man, you're so close. Whereas the previous top 3, like, So sure.
Yeah, thank
I'm with
you,
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, number 1. This may be surprising to some people out there, but I'm going with Disney. Overrated.
Wait, now you're gonna have to be more specific.
Star Wars is Disney. Overrated.
Star Wars, Marvel, Disney.
You're picking all.
I'm picking all 5 of theirs. Overrated.
So what's all 5? Star Wars, Marvel, like
Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, Pixar,
Pixar.
and the 5th one's like, didn't they buy National Geographic or something?
That's not a movie.
It's a franchise under Disney. Ever
Wow.
since Disney bought all those, downhill. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I agree with you, especially on Star Wars.
Star Wars, when George Lucas owned it,
Still bad. Terrible.
first 3 were awesome. I didn't even really like the prequels when they came out, but I love them now. They grew on me.
You love them now?
But when he sold out to Disney and they made those last 3, terrible.
Yeah.
Overrated.
I didn't even write yours down, Matt. What Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and what?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh.
You ready for my honorable mention?
Yeah. Marvel.
The Mission Impossible 007. That was actually it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mission Impossible is different than 007.
It's all the same.
Actually, it's not.
It's all the same.
No, it's not.
It's all under the same hat.
No, it's not.
But all those series.
I'm not defending Mission Impossible. I'm defending James Bond. Mission Impossible sucks.
But all the Bond.
Mission Impossible should have
No.
been left at one movie. That was a good movie. And then
Yeah. Well,
special effects got better. It's like your analogy with the song.
the characters got better though, like the actors, like your Simon, what's his face, Pegg, and Ving Rhames weren't in the first one.
Yeah. Hey, we should do
Hold on.
in a couple weeks. We should do best franchises.
I'm not done yet. Night at the Museum. How many of those are there now?
I don't know.
There's
2.
One?
No, there's
Two?
a lot. No, there's a lot.
Not a lot. What
Hold
define a lot?
I think there's 4 or 5.
No.
No.
Night.
And I wouldn't know what you were talking about if I didn't have kids. Probably. What's your other
Dude,
honorable
Robin Williams.
mention? Chet?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yes. So overrated.
Yeah. Sucks.
What'd you say?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean?
I mean,
Horrible.
they took a ride. It's under Disney. I agree. They took a ride.
So 3.
Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, Night at the Museum, Secret Tomb.
Oh, really? I didn't know there were 3. I'll agree.
The first
with you
one.
on
The
that
first one was great.
First one was a good one. Yeah. So another one where the first one is a good one and they should have shut it off, but they didn't and made a mediocre one that you kind of like, all right. But then they kept going and it kept getting worse and it kept getting worse. And then the last one that they put out, you're thinking, this is
Could this be it?
horrible. I would probably rather try to scoop dog poo off the bottom of my shoe with a stick than watch it again.
How many?
Rambo.
Yeah.
First Blood is one of the best movies of all time. Rambo 2, is entertainment. Everything after that, it shouldn't have been done. It's an insult.
Another franchise that falls into that category, Jaws.
Ooh.
The first one,
Good movie.
fantastic. Great cast, great movie. Still scared of the ocean today because of it.
Are you really?
I hate open water. I hate open water. There's something about it.
That brings Friday the 13th.
Yeah. I'm
that's
telling you.
Trash.
Just have a good idea and let it stand on its own.
Any horror. Like they always have to make 10 of them.
Friday the 13th, Night on Elm Street.
Saw. The first Saw movie was really suspenseful and not even really horror. And then now, it's ridiculous.
All right.
We could go on for days with this.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe we're onto something talking about stuff we don't like. We're a lot more passionate about stuff we don't like than stuff we like.
We do like.
And
yeah.
Matt's a lot more wrong. Like, I don't know if he's ever been more wrong.
That's true.
No, I am completely right.
No, I don't believe you. Leave your comments in support or in disagreement with Matt Amos.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let me know. Let's have a discussion.
On Facebook
And
or over coffee.
And let's not
And a donut.
forget that he hasn't watched what he's saying is most overrated. Never seen it. So
Yeah. Oh my god.
You make it sound like I've never even turned it on. I've tried.
No.
I can't watch it.
Matt.
It's terrible.
You can do anything you put your mind to.
It's terrible. It's overrated.
All right. Why don't you give us a good word? And I hope the word is not overrated.
No, the word is sell out, which both of you did. To protecting your
I'm not protecting.
your Star Wars / Lord of the Rings.
I put Star Wars under the bus.
You did. That was
Yeah.
There's no way Lord of the Rings is an overrated franchise.
No, absolutely not. It might, like the Rings of Power might be when it comes out.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah. Well, more than likely they're going to ruin it. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
If you know, if we like to repeat history, yeah, they're going to ruin
It's like that.
so what you're saying is it's
like that.
it might be overrated.
No, they may just have ruined it. They may have ruined. It's like
because it's like the Hobbit. They ruined the Hobbit, but the Lord of the Rings is still
I don't know
intact.
I don't know what you're talking about when you say that.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not going to
like that
explain
Tommy
it to you.
Boy scene. That Tommy Boy scene.
Because you don't care.
Where Chris Farley's talking about the little bunny and we love it and I like the bunny and then I kill it. You know what I'm talking? Is that in Tommy Boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Chris Farley thing. That's
Yeah.
exactly what people do with movie franchises. The
True.
studio.
Anything they can do to make more money. It's all about power, Chet.
Yeah.
It's a power trip.
Tell us. Sell out.
Sell out. And coming out of Mark 10:21-22 says, Jesus looked at him and loved him. One thing you lack, he said, go sell everything you have and give to the poor and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me. And this man's face fell. He went away sad because he had great wealth.
Did you just drop the mic?
That's it. I don't get how much easier that is to understand. So,
But, well, let me ask you, is Jesus against people having
no.
stuff?
So it's you putting that stuff before him. And just like you were talking about, where people come to power, when you were talking about Gideon, what was that, a couple weeks ago? Or was that last week? I can't remember.
Last week. Yeah.
But, we were talking about, or you were talking about how people come to power, and then they stay there for too long. And then all of a sudden, they become drunk with their own power. And it's like, oh, I'm the all important one. This is me. This is my doing. And, what I say goes and I make the law. And, it's, unfortunately in society that with money, a lot of times comes power, because money basically controls the earthly realm.
Mm-hmm.
And so being told to give that all away and follow me, that's very tough for people to do. And the more money you have, the more that you think that you can control everything when you really don't, because when you have the money, and I've seen it, where it's like, oh, I've got money. I can control this and I can control that. And it just becomes, oh, I can control everything. And well, that's not the way it works. And so that's God, that's Jesus telling that man, hey, I'm going to show you how this works. And he didn't want to do it. And
yeah, I think he just hit him where he was. Like he knew, like
Right.
That's the one thing. I'll do anything for you, but that one thing, he didn't say that, but I bet Jesus knew that. And so I'm going to ask for that one thing. And if you go back to me talking about Gideon, God picked Gideon because Gideon was weak. He was scared.
Yep.
He chooses people in their weakness to show that it's God that's strong, not the people. And this guy's strength was in his wealth. And he's like, I need somebody that's weak to use. So I need you to become weak. And he's like, nah, I'm going to keep my strength. I'll see you later.
Yep.
Yeah. I like it.
Anyway, that's the word, sell out.
Yeah, it may have been, if Jesus was searching for disciples today, he's like, well, what do you think about the Lord of the Rings trilogy? And he's like, oh, it's the most overrated. See you later, man. See you later.
He's definitely going to come looking for you in your broken, weakened state of me calling out your franchises.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you had a lot of fun. Leave some comments. Let us know how we're right and wrong. Matt's wrong. Talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Hardheaded Podcast. Don't forget to share this podcast with others to help us get the word out.
Also, if you haven't yet, please rate and review the show.
This helps our podcast show up in other people's suggested shows that may or may not have listened to us before.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.